Leo, this is your April forecast here for the Tarot. And, there's a couple of hiccups this month. Not really bad, but situations that we're going to work through. But then there's also some great news, too. Now, starting off the beginning of the month, I feel there's a sense of victory. And this is an accomplishment where it looks like you've been working through trying to find a specific type solution. And it might even be you as a part of a group or a teamwork trying to figure out which way is best. And I see that here, finally, you're being able to reach that goal, and it's just going to unlock and open up new opportunities for you. So, all that is good. So, you've started off the month here really busy in this respect, but then looking into the area of your finances, well, this month there is a female apparently needing to lean a little bit on you or asking if you could be of help. So, and it could work the other way around for some of you as well, but I see this female, she's a very gentle one, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or she has a lot of that water in her makeup, meaning that she's quite lean back and very gentle and spiritually open too. But some unexpected expense might have come her way, and I'm seeing that you're going to be very willing to help and support her through this. Now, but for you though, there's also some great news coming in, and I see fertility here, Leo. So, of course, for some of you, it could be yourselves, but there could also be news about somebody either in the circle of friends or family where you will be hearing about fertility, pregnancy, and then, of course, the third alternative, that the way we could read this, is fertility coming in the sense of creativity. There are those times when we just feel so pregnant with life, and we're not talking about the literal sense, but the emotional sense, the spiritual sense, where creativity is just extremely flowing over of all those good things. But I'm sensing for the most part, yes, there should be news about somebody somewhere now bringing you some joyful news. We did mention that there could be a couple of hiccups here this month, and one of them here is within the home and family situation, Leo. The way this shows up, I see the home in itself. You might not really fully see eye to eye with your partner here this month in wanting to work with whatever the conflict may be. You might see it this way, he or she might see it that way. I do feel as you're working through this here, Leo, that you eventually will come up on the same page and finding your basic level of agreement here. And I feel it could have to do with something practical, okay? Maybe something that ties into the physical housing aspect, whether to upgrade, not to upgrade, do it now or wait. So, but it looks like you've been patient already, because I am seeing temperance here in this matter, and I feel that it's just something that you would like to have done now. And but you'll figure that one out, though. It's not like a biggie that's going to take a toll on your relationship by all means. It's just that you don't want it to be procrastinated. You're fiery this month, and you'd like to get on with things. So you'll just have to see how that works out. It's important here, too, that in between these discussions that you find your level of joy and self-expression with your partner, and go do some fun and nice things in between, and allow this matter to just lay a little bit in between, because I'm feeling as for each time it's brought up, which it will be, kind of back to back before the month is over. You might give it a little break here and there, a few days, and then come back around to it. Then I'm feeling it's going to be done in an easier way where it won't really flare up and become an issue. That's what we want to try to avoid. But then also focusing on your partner and your partner's intentions will also leave him or her feeling that at least you're listening, hearing what they have to say as well. And that is an important ingredient in and of itself as far as your relationship and how that is looking for you here in your relationship areas. So it's coming up both in the home, family, the practical things, the issue, then the relationship. So it all ties in here. So it's all about wisdom this month, because there's so much now going on, and I feel, like I said, that you're really fired up, right, and wanting action. So it's all about balancing it and trying to allow your partner, whether it's him or her, to find your level of speed right now. Allowing you yourself to go through these things. I'm also seeing you're going to touch upon another one or two issues, and one thing actually supports the other. So ultimately, it's all about now cleaning out certain situations that I feel has just been a drain on your energies, things that you don't really want to put up with, that circles back around again and again. And so I see you weeding out, finding this perfect balance. So as we cruise throughout the month, I see that things are coming together perfectly, and then it's had a higher intention and meaning in your life. So see it here, Leo, as a creative clean-up process, okay? So it doesn't become something that's felt like a burden or becoming negative or difficult, because it doesn't have to be. It's all about agreeing to disagree, listening to one another, meaning hopefully your partner will be hearing you as well. And then I'm feeling from it all, here comes the beauty of it, a new cycle. A new cycle of mutual understanding, mutual respect. I feel that now there's time for laughter and joy. And this is what April is bringing up for you, because it is the month where I see that you're really wanting to kind of reach for an ideal situation as far as the way you think, as far as where you're heading. Also, when it comes to consciousness, I'm seeing there is a breakthrough here where new levels of insights are being gained and looked into, and maybe even also researched. Now, did you at some point decide to want to open up for a new field, whether it's self-study or whatnot, or research, but then it looks like it was put aside? Perhaps it wasn't the right time, or you didn't have time to dedicate towards it. It looks like that might be resurfacing here in April, and I see you seriously looking at you, really wanting to know more about it and learn. So some of you might be taking up a course or a new study, or at least researching it and preparing for this to come a little bit later here now, spring, summer. But if we can now tune into your career. Now, here is a male, whether this is a supervisor or a boss or somebody definitely that has great support here of what it is you're doing. I see this person here wanting to secure you, and in the way that you're heading right now, and giving you a little bit more of the controls. I see you taking on a lead, feeling that you're totally up to it, and maybe in a long term coming as well, but he's getting up here behind you and ushering you forward. And so there is definitely a sense of accomplishment this month. You could also come to see that there might be more work, more projects coming in. I feel for a few of you Leos here, and these are those of you who have your own business, all right? For the self-employed, I see that you can be implementing either a new concept, but it could also be a new product that you've been mulling over for a while, dreaming up a storm about. Now is the time for focusing on it in a very concrete way, and then thinking about how to package it or present it. This is going to be very creative, very stimulating. I see you being extremely excited to dive into this. Why? Not just because you have such great faith and belief in it here, Leo, but it's also, it can give you a good profit return. So wonderful, good for you. Before we end up, I do want to mention a female. She could be a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or have some of that earthy nature that is practical, down to earth, analytical, and very, very supportive. She could come in here also to be a part of perhaps what is turning around now in this positive sense for you, where she can give some insight as far as the analytical part of what you're working at least she's a very, very good communicator here, looking to the security part of what it is you're sharing and speaking of here. Now, I could see new beginnings here that she represents and how this can turn around things for you too in the long run. So just basically to tie it all together here, Leo, you have a month where I see there is you moving forward and getting things, all your ducks in a row. This one female needing your support or help, and I feel that is of a financial nature. Then you have what you're working out with your significant other, trying to see eye to eye in certain decisions. Then we have you expanding your consciousness and moving ahead too with your career. And in that, you can also come to expect that what you're doing right now is definitely going to be affecting your income down the road. So fantastic. Good for you. And of course, the man who is supportive within your career might even be looking into perhaps either a review or maybe even a promotion here this month. So listen, Leo, it was wonderful speaking with you here for this month, and already looking forward to looking into May and what is coming up for you next month. Have a good one now.